Hello and welcome to day 12, the final day of our third grade math review. As always, we are looking at items from the 2017 STAR test. Today we are dealing with reporting category 4, so data analysis and personal financial literacy, but we're just looking at some data problems today. So what we have here is we've got someone named Merlin has a bag of tiles, and then Merlin pulls out 18 different tiles, or 18 tiles, and records the tiles right here. So you see this is the number, and it goes from 0, looks like all the way up to 12. And so we need to figure out which dot plot best represents. So right now this data right here is extremely messy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little frequency table right here. So I'm going to just go 0, 6, and then I'll start over again. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And what I want to do is I just want to use some tally marks to try to organize this data, because that's going to make it really easy. If I don't do that, there's a chance I'm going to miss something. So that's obviously what I would suggest if you're doing this for your own sake on a STAR test. Just always take a moment and make a tally chart if you can. So let's just finish this off here. All right, so I'm just going to mark some of these out. 8, 7, 12. So 8, 7, 12. I'm just going to use tallies. 1, 8, 9. So 1, 8, 9. 12, 0, 7. So another 12. 0, 7. 8, 10, 4. 3 8s. 10. There's a 4. 5, 8, 12. So it looks like we're getting quite a few 8s. 5, 8, 12, and then 4, 0, 8. So there's another 4, there's a 0, and I've got my fifth 8, so I'm just going to cross it off like that for a group of 5. Now I have my data set, and so now, if I want to, I can go ahead and just put some numbers here. So that's 2, that's 1, that's 2, that's 1, 2, this is 5, 1, 1, and 3. So I've got some blanks. I shouldn't see any 2s, 3s, 6s, or 11. So let's see what I have on F. F, I've got 3 zeros. That's already wrong. I've got 1, 1. And I've got 2 4s. That's good. 1, 5. The 7s are 2. The 8s are 5. The 9s are 1. And there's no 10s. And we're missing 3 12s. Look how close that is. If you didn't make a frequency table, you are going to probably select this as an incorrect answer, because it looks, for the most part, it looks correct. But we're missing, it's got one too many zeros, and we're missing a 10. So G is not going to work at all. So it's got only 1 0. There should be 2, so that's wrong. Yeah, I'm not even going to play with G. It's just got a whole bunch of 1 dots. That's not going to work. Let's look at H. H has got 2 zeros. That's good. 1 1. Oh, it's got a 2, which we're not going to need, which means that's incorrect. Let's see how accurate it is the rest of the way. That's 2. That's 1. That looks good. It's got a 6, which I don't need. It's got 2 7s. That's good. It's got my 5 8s. It's got a 9. It's got a 10. Looks pretty good. Look, it's just missing 2 items. So that's just goes to show you that the incorrect answers, besides G, G's just out of this world crazy wrong. The incorrect answers are usually pretty close to the correct answer. So J is going to be our correct answer. We hope. So I've got 2 zeros. I've got a 1. Skipping 2 and 3. I've got 2 4s. I've got a 5. Skipping 6. 2 7s. 5 8s. I've got a 9, I've got a 10, I'm skipping 11, and there we go, I've got a 12. But that's a lot of work we've got to do to find the correct answer, J. The biggest thing is making your own frequency table so you can see how often these numbers pop up. So let's see what happens with number 29. That is our second problem for today. It is a bar graph. This bar graph goes side to side, and we need to line it up to one of these tables. But you notice we've got intervals. Look at this. Look at the intervals down here at the bottom. 0, 8, 16. So it's skip counting by 8s. So we need to go ahead and put our numbers on each of these, because look at Friday. Friday goes all the way up to 56. That's fairly simple. But look at this Thursday. Thursday goes between 16 and 24. So what is in between 16 and 24? Well, if you're not sure, you can just subtract the two. What is the interval? And that's right, we already said that the interval is 8. We are skip counting by 8s. But if you didn't know that, you can subtract to see how far the difference is between 24 and 18. So what we need to do is we need to cut 8 in half, because this bar is halfway up there. So if we cut 8 in half, guess what we're going to get? We're going to get 4, because 4 is half of 8. So what is halfway between 16 and 24? Well, it's going to be 16. Here's my 24. Halfway in between is going to be 20, because that's plus 4 there, and that's a plus 4 there. So that's going to be a number that is not provided to us, that we have to provide ourselves, 20. Same thing with Wednesday. It's between 24 and 32. But now we know the trick. Half of it is 4. So I'm just going to put a plus 4. That's 28. And a plus 4, yep, that makes 32. So that's going to be 28. Now let's see if we can get that to look a little bit better. And then Tuesday is 24. That's pretty simple. It's right on the line. And Monday is another one of these halfway. It's between 32 and 40. And so we already said that we're going to do a plus 4. So that's going to be 36, because another plus 4 gets me up to 40. So there we go. So now that I've done this hard work, everything else is pretty simple. I'm looking for 36, 24, 28, 20, and 56. And guess what? My answer is A. The other ones are pretty simply wrong. Look at Monday. It does not go to 40 because this 40 line is right here. Monday does not go to 32 because the 32 line is right here. And Monday, you might say 34, because look at 34 is in between 32 and 40. It's not exactly in between, but it's at least in between. So let's see how we could eliminate D. Tuesday at 24, that would work. Wednesday at 26 might work. It's not exactly in between. Thursday is 18. That might work. And Friday is 56. So wow, D is actually a very close incorrect answer. They just did plus 2s rather than plus 8. So be very careful. You could easily select D if you're not doing your mathematical reasoning like we did here. And finally, our final problem of today, our final problem of this third grade math review is a pictograph. We've been doing pictographs since kindergarten and first grade, so this should be fairly easy. The key is always going to be very important. What does each ring mean? So each ring means 6. So this is not a multiple choice question on the 2017 STAR test, because there is no A, B, C, or D. It's a griddable response. We have to do the work ourselves. So we've got a total number of rings is looking at just weeks 4, 5, and 6. So we can get rid of this. And these are groups of 6. So let's kind of do what we did on the bar graph. Let's just go up with our totals at the end in groups of 6. I'm going to get a skip count by 6s. I've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. The reason I know that is because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 groups of 6 makes 48. 5 and 6 are going to be a little bit trickier because I've got 8. Let's see, no, 6, 6, 12, 18, and let's see, 24, 30, but, oh, I've got 5 groups of 6, but then I've got this little half one right here. So once again, I've got 6, I got to cut it in half, so that's going to make 3. So that's going to be a little 3 right there. So I've got 5 groups of 6, and I've got a little bit of leftover, 3 left over. So that's going to have to be 33. So that's the trick right there, is realizing that you have to add that 3 is because it's half of 6. And let's do 6s here. 6, 12, 18, 24. That's 4 groups of 6, but I've got one of those little 3s there as well. So 24 plus 3 is 27. So you see how hard this problem is. Even if I get all of that, now I have to add them. I've got to make sure that I do that correctly. And let's see, that's 10, that's 18. And that is going to be 5. That's another 5. So it looks like my answer is going to be 108. So that is it for our third grade math review. This is day 12. Thank you for joining me on this journey.